Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Whatcha Playing. I feel like I have a lot to talk about, so I'm gonna dive right into it and try not to ramble too much. First of all, I finally finished Final Fantasy 15. I just posted my review. That was weird. It's like when I said review, the view part, like my lip like try to like skip DJ scratch the lip. You know how DJs go like, that's what my tooth tried to do to my lip. It was like, now that we're totally awkward and comfortable with each other. My review for Final Fantasy 15 went live last week, so if you're interested in my final thoughts on the game, go ahead and give that a watch. Overall, loved it. Some flaws, but I think it's a fantastic game, and I would definitely recommend you play it. And if you're like me, you'll want to play it twice, especially after the new DLC is patched in and you have new cutscenes and other things. Yeah, okay, I'll stop there. I've also been playing a buttload, and I mean a buttload, of Asheron's Call for a few months, and I forgot to mention this on my last Whatcha Plan. For those of you who don't know, Asheron's Call is an MMO that was developed by Turbine, released in 1998, I want to say, late 90s, and it is still live to this day. Unfortunately, some stuff went down with Warner Brothers and Turbine, and now Turbine is now standing stone, and blah blah blah. Point being, it looks like Asheron's Call is going to be shut down at the end of this month, which will be January 31st, and I'm devastated about it. I've had a few good cries over it, and there is some hope. There is a group called Save AC on Facebook, and they are working really hard to explore all of the options and see what they can do to save Asheron's Call. They're in communication with some important people, some higher ups, and I'm hoping that they can work their magic and make something happen. In the sad, unfortunate case, it doesn't go through. I'm trying to get as much AC in as I can. There's just something so charming about that game, and it's just, I need to make a video about Asheron's Call one of these days before it shuts down. There's so much freaking content in that game. Like, it's just unbelievable how much content there is. I think they just recently stopped updating it, maybe a couple years ago. So you're talking a metric fuck ton of shit to do, so many dungeons to explore, so many just side things to do, so much to see, and it's so cool because now that news has spread that the game's shutting down, a lot of people are hopping back into it to try to get their fix as well, and I've never seen it so populated. And when I say so populated, I mean maybe I'll see like 20 players every time I play. Yeah, anyway, it's just a very charming, it's very ugly, but there's just very old school in the sense that you have your character and you get to like customize them, put your skill points wherever you want them. The game is not forgiving. When you die, you have to go loot your corpse, and you lose a lot of your good items when you die. So if you don't loot your corpse, you just lose your items permanently. So it's just really fun, and I've never ever played a game like that before, and I don't know if it's still possible to create an account and try it out if you're curious, but yeah, just save AC. I have some sad news regarding Legend of Dragoon. Friends, I just could not get past the battle system, and I had to stow it away, hopefully temporarily. One of my biggest, okay, so maybe I put like 6 or 7 hours in the game, and then I was like, okay, I'm not clicking with it right now. Right now, it is just not for me. And what I mean when I say I couldn't get into the battle system, it's just the battling is just so slow. It's like, you know, you run into a random enemy, okay, loading screen, and then loading screen, and then you're gonna attack that person, not loading screen, but loading times, and you have to do the button presses and the combos and all that. So for those of you who are like, what the hell is she talking about? So to execute a successful attack, aka a crit, you have to push, like, I think it's X or square when prompted. So it's like, okay, you want to fight, push X to attack. Okay, ready, button prompt, go. And if you hit it at that time, you do epic moves and you do a lot more damage. However, if you don't, you do like half damage, and the battles are very slow. And for someone like me, I like to grind and I like to feel a little overpowered. It's just a very tedious process, and the experience point distribution is very low as well. Like, you'll fight like an enemy, you'll get like 4 experience points per character, and that's just like, oh. So, and I hate to say this, this is the first time I've ever said this. I think I want to play Legend of Dragoon with a cheat code enabled, and that cheat code would be level 99, so I can at least experience the story, because half the fun for me is leveling and grinding, and if I can't do that in a happy state of mind, then the game just kind of loses almost all of its luster in a sense. So unfortunately, that's really shitty, and And I'm generally very, very against playing RPGs with cheat codes because I feel like, again, part of the fun is leveling and grinding, but it's just so slow in Legend of Dragoon. If I can find a way to get a Game Shark or something working, maybe I'll do it again so I can at least, again, experience the story and characters. I'm really sad about this because I really want to try it, and it's a temporary thing. I'll just get back into it later. In its place, however, I have been playing Breath of Fire 4. Breath of Fire 3 is technically my second favorite PlayStation 1 game. I try to play at least once a year, and it's a shame and it's a crime that I've never finished Breath of Fire 4, so I am starting it over again. I think the last time I put about 10 hours or so into it, and I was playing it primarily on my Vita, and the issue I think I ran into is that with Breath of Fire 4, there's a lot of angles in that game. Like most towns and most dungeon areas, it gives you the option to flip 360-degree view. And there are ladders hidden, treasure chests hidden, and it's kind of annoying to do that on a Vita because the screen is so small anyway, and it's hard to like see some things. But so I've been playing it mostly on the PlayStation 3, which has worked out phenomenally. I've been playing it while I've been walking on the treadmill, and I'm probably like 6 hours or so into it, and it's really fun for me because it's like it still oozes all the charm of Breath of Fire 3. So it's almost like I'm playing Breath of Fire 3 over again, but with a new story, if that makes any sense. So it's just really cool. It has like a lot of the same ticks and like charm, like I said. It's awesome. I'm really, 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 really digging it. I'm still working on Earthbound. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. I'm kind of, that's another game I'm just taking my time with, just picking it up when I have like 15 or 20 minutes to kill. So nothing really new to report on that end. If you've played Earthbound, I'm about to go find me some magic truffles, which is fun and exciting. Got my pig nose all set. For those of you who haven't played it, you're probably like, what the hell? Also, I'm going to be starting Pokemon Moon very, very soon. Actually, by the time you watch this video, it should be on a Wednesday, and on that Wednesday, I will be on a cruise ship in the Caribbean somewhere, and I am planning to bring Pokemon Moon with me, so I am assuming that I will have played it by the point that you're watching this video, but as of right now, I am recording it a few days ahead of time. I have not played it yet, but I'm really excited to play that. That will be really fun. I love Pokemon games. It's kind of like a tradition. I feel like I go on a cruise ship about once every few years, and around the time that I do, there's always a new Pokemon game out, so it's kind of like a fun, like warm and fuzzy thing for me. It's like, I can't go on a cruise without bringing Pokemon with me, and that's exactly what I'm going to do this time. Just something fun, about like chilling out on a balcony and playing freaking Pokemon in the middle of the ocean. Well, friends, I think that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're playing awesome rad things, and make sure you let me know what you're playing below, and let's give each other ideas and fun things to talk about in the realm of video games. Why did I just pull that out of my ass? What the hell did that even mean? Alright guys, thanks again, bye!